Hello and welcome, one and all. How are you, dear friends? I hope all will be fine. So, I already discussed with you definitions of sociology. Today, I brought scope of sociology. What do you mean by scope of any subject? Scope means what are the limits, area, boundaries of that particular subject. In beginning, a kind of small introduction about the scope of sociology, but it is the meaning of scope. So, every science has its own area of study or fields of inquiry. It becomes difficult for anyone to study a science systematically unless its boundaries are demarcated and scope determined precisely. Precisely, we have to define, we have to put boundaries around that subject. In between that only is the scope of that subject. So, what are the boundaries? What are the demarcation for the subject? Unfortunately, there is no consensus on the part of sociologists with regard, this is regard, to the scope of sociology. So one of the sociologists has put effort. According to him, bf calburton, he comments, since sociology is so elastic as science, it is difficult to determine just where its boundaries begin and end. Where sociology becomes social psychology, and where social psychology becomes sociology, or where economic theory becomes sociology doctrine, or biological theory becomes sociological theory, something which is impossible to decide. So when we went from psychology to social psychology, how means it's difficult to, according to him, it's difficult to define the scope of sociology. However, there are two main schools of thoughts regarding the scope of sociology. There are two schools. What do you mean by schools? Schools means a group of that educationist, a group of sociologists. That is a school. Means they are a kind of thinking. Their way of thinking is one. According to them, this subject is this. They are different. In research also we have studied about there are two paradigm, like that paradigm their own way of thinking. There are two schools. They have tried to define the scope of sociology. See how much I have studied about this sociology, even though I am not from the background of sociology. I have studied this BA. C. N. Shankar Rao's book I have studied. One is for BA, another one social problems, and this is the um, for the masters that sociology. We are in education also. We are taking that book and studying. How many books I have studied? It seems these sociologists are very influenced by the biological scientists, whatever they were like. When we are studying about the different topics of sociology, closely they are associated with the biology. So they are very much influenced by the biological inventions. Why psychology, like these sciences, this sociology was, they were under the influence of these. So these two schools, very first is a specialist or formalistic school, and another one is the synthetic school. The specialistic or formalistic school, according to them, what is the scope of sociology? If this is so easy topic, but if the question the examiner is going to frame, according to me, very probably question will be asked from these two schools. Who means who is following this school? According to which school? These are the lines that scope of sociology is like this. So we have to go through. These two schools are very important. The school of thought is led by the German sociologist George Simmel. The other main advocate of this school are Virkant, Marx, Weber, Small means a name of sociologist, then Van Weiss and the Tonis. Simmel and other are of the opinion that sociology is a pure and an independent science. So this line is very important. These are telling that sociology is a pure and an independent science. They are telling this is independent subject. This is not related, this is not interrelated with any other subject. Then who are the followers? Who are the supporters of this school? This is the brainchild of the George Simmel, and other of his supporters are Tony's, Max Weber, Small, Von Weiss. Like these sociologists are the supporter of this school. Then next, then they told this is a pure science, this is not depending upon any other subject. Then what other else things they told? As a pure science, it has a limited scope. Sociology should confine itself to the study of certain aspects of human relationship only. They are telling the sociology is confining itself to the human relationship only. Then further, it should study only the forms of social relation, but not their contents. Social relations such as competition, subordination, division of labor, etc., are expressed in different fields of social life such as economic, political, religious, moral, artistic, etc. They told that sociology should be confined itself to the social human relationships only. Under the relationships, what are the things they should study? Then different the sociologist under this school has different opinions. Then one more what he has said, Kant says that sociology concerns itself with the ultimate form of mental or psychic relationship which links men to another in society. See, everybody has said that sociology is the independent and sociology is supposed to study only the human relationships. But which type of relationships, their opinion is different. So he said that mental or psychic relationships which links men to one another in a society. Then, but Marx Weber said, which type of relationships? Marx Weber opines that the aim of sociology is to interpret or understand social behavior. But social behavior does not cover the whole field of relationships. He further said that sociology should make an analysis and classification of type of social relationships. So he told sociology should analyze and classify the types of social relationships. So then what Small said, because they belongs to one school only, what he said, everybody said about the relationship, about the human relationship, but their types of relationship is different according to their opinion. He insisted that sociology has only a limited field. He told sociology should have only limited field. Then that is only human relationships. Then Von Weiss and Tonis expressed more or less that same opinion. All these people's opinion were same, only a small variation, that sociology is an independent science and sociology should study about the human relationship. Okay, another school is there, the synthetic school. This PDF will be provided of my handwritten notes, how instead of typing, and why I am doing all those things, because this is nowadays a trend to means toppers notes. We should get that book, the exam, that educator's note who is teaching you how she or he has prepared, you are supposed to read that, like that I have written. So the PDF will be provided if the clarity is not there in the video. The synthetic school of thought conceives of sociology as a synthesis of social science. They told, see that above school is telling that is independent science, but no. Formalistic school told no, independent science on independent subject. It is not related to any other subject and supposed to read only human relationships. But this school is telling, what is the opinion of this school? The synthetic school of thought conceives of sociology as a synthesis of social sciences. So majority of people are believing in this school only. This is true. This is the synthesis of social sciences. It wants to make sociology a general science and not a pure or special science. They are telling it is not a pure science, it is a general science. In fact, the school has made sociology synoptic or encyclopedia in character. Okay, so this is their opinion. Then what are the who are the followers of this school, who are the supporter of this school? This is Durkheim, Hobbes, Ginsburg and Sorkin have the chief exponents of these schools. Then the main argument of this school is that all parts of social life are intimately interrelated, hence the study of one aspect is not sufficient to understand the entire phenomena. They were right in their opinion. So only one, we are studying human relationship is not enough, so we have to intimately interrelated so many other aspects of human life is there that we are supposed to understand. Hence sociology should study social life as a whole. The opinion has contributed to the creation of a general and systematic sociology. Their opinion was there that they have made the sociology a general and systematic subject. So one by one we will read their opinion. The views of Emile Durkheim. Durkheim, one of the stalwarts of this school. This is actually, we can say, who is the propounder, who is the main exponent of this school was Emile Durkheim. We should not forget the name of these post sociologists. Very beginning, who is the who is the who is the main pioneer of the specialistic or formalistic school? That was George Simmel. And who is the important sociologist of this school? That is Emile Durkheim. He said that sociology has three main divisions or fields of inquiry. They are as follows. What do you mean by these main divisions? Social morphology. Social morphology. Morphology means outside shape. Morpho means morpho related to shape. Social morphology studies the territorial basis of the life of people and also the problems of population such as volume and density and local distribution, etc. In this, what are the three, according to him, in sociology? We have to inquire about the three main things. What are these three inquiries? Very first is there social morphology. In social morphology, we are studying about the problems of population like volume, density, local distribution, etc. Then social physiology. Social physiology has different branches such as sociology of religion, of morals, of laws, of economic life, and language, etc. Physiology. And then the general sociology. General sociology can be regarded as the philosophical part of sociology. It deals with the general character of the social facts. See, I told you these functionalist that three different perspectives of this subject is are there, that so many sociologists was under the influence of biological scientists. So morphology, physiology, these all words are related to biological science. So nothing is these things are interrelated, but we have to understand our main concept is to make our funda very clear. So there are three inquiries. They have suggested the other sociologists to do under the sociology, that is social morphology, social physiology, and general sociology. Under the general sociology, physiology means when we are human, physiology means system we will study. Like that, we have to do the internal things also, like that sociology of religion, sociology of morals, of laws, of economic life, and of language, etc. When general sociology related to philosophy of society. Then views of Morris Ginsburg. Durkheim's we have studied. Then what about the Ginsburg? Ginsburg, another advocate of the synthetic school, says that the main task of sociology can be categorized into four branches. Same only, but only one more he has added. Three was posed by Emile Durkheim, and he added one more. What are these four? Social morphology, social control, social processes, and social pathology. Three he has already suggested, but indirectly he has also given these three along with one more. Social morphology as same. Social control means our institution, social institution like family, marriage, school, like that. These are the we have to study all these. Then after that, social processes. Social processes like means inculturation, like that. What are the social processes in the society? We are supposed to read that. We are supposed to inquire about that. And one more he has studied, very important, that is social pathology. What do you mean by social pathology? A English word. Pathology means related to what is your means shabby decorum, means your get up is not good, your means pathetic condition, we will tell now, like this means not good, dirty type. Like in social pathology, what do you mean by pathology here? Like what is means pathetic conditions in the society, like we can say domestic violence, we can say that child marriage, we can say crime, we can say this is adultery, like that means what are the things that are not good in society, we are also supposed to inquire about that in the sociology. Very good opinions these people has given, and what we are supposed to study in the sociology subject. Okay, we should move forward. Then Ginsburg has summed up the chief functions of sociology as follows. No, he has summarized what are the functions that we are supposed to do, that sociologists are supposed to do in this subject. Very first is there, sociology seek to provide a classification of types and forms of social relationships. Then it tries to determine the relation between different factors of social life, for example the economic and political, the moral and the religious, the moral and the legal, the intellectual and the social elements. Whatever that we have studied in this school, no, they are summarizing. Thus we are supposed to inquire about all those things in the sociology. It tries to disentangle the The fundamental conditions of social change and persistence, and to discover sociological principles governing social life. After that, a kind of brief conclusion I have also written. What do you mean by all those things? See, from where you are preparing for the exam, content should be good, and because competitive exam, all the tips and bits we should know, all the more than, and more than means whatever they have asked, we have to cross that barrier, we have to read up to high level. So understanding understanding in depth of the topic is very important. We have to understand the topic in depth. So again and again you read until it will not be like a crystal clear. How we know Sunday Monday spelling, how we know that very beginning things we studied and we have studied for long and long, like that it is very clear in our brain, like that these topics should be very clear. Then we can, it is so easy to crack the exam. See, only how many vacancies are there in JKPSC, that many people only will get the selection, they will get the job. Rest of people has also earned their livelihood. So not to worry, we are preparing, knowledge is a power, we can utilize anywhere. So don't lose the hope and prepare very well. The scope of sociology is indeed very vast. It studies all the social aspects of society, such as social process, social control, social change, social stratification, social system. See, all the whatever the syllabus, whatever the content in the books, that all is the scope, all is the everything comes under the scope of sociology. So I have written all those things: social change, social stratification, social system, social groups, social pathology, etc. Actually, it is neither possible nor essential to limit the scope of sociology. It is not necessary. Then also we have done, because it would be as Spot puts it. So one of the sociologist has given a brief conclusion about this broad subject scope. He told, a brave attempt to confine an enormous mass of slippery material into a relatively simple system of pigeonholes. So he is telling the scope of sociology subject is very very broad and slippery. So how much we are trying to put in a pigeonhole. So it is good, it is a good effort, he told, but it is a difficult task, and a scope of this subject is very and very broad. Even though a young subject in the member of social sciences, then also a lot and big scope for this subject to cover. Okay, thank you for today. This much only. See, dear friends, language should not be a barrier. How many languages are there in Jammu region? I know all. If we are starting from the Punchi, then Rajori Pahadi, Gojri, Hindi, Dogri, English, even though Punjabi also I know. So keep on liking, commenting, and if you know this in Hindi and any other language, then also you can comment in the comment box. Thank you so much.